Chapter 2 of the Scarlet Letter, titled The Marketplace, introduces the reader to the central character, Hester Prynne, through the eyes of the judgmental, puritanical society around her. The chapter begins with a crowd of stern-browed townspeople, mostly women, waiting outside the prison for the appearance of Hester. These women gossip among themselves, sharing harsh opinions about the sinful act committed by Hester. Some believe that Hester's punishment, bearing the scarlet letter A on her chest, which stands for adulterer, isn't severe enough, and that she should have been given a harsher punishment for committing adultery. Their opinions show the severity and strictness of the puritanical society and their intolerance for any violations of their moral code. Finally, the prison door opens, and the beautiful Hester Prynne emerges, holding an infant in her arms. The symbol of her sin, a large, elaborately embroidered scarlet letter A, is displayed on her chest. Despite being publicly humiliated, she does not show any signs of shame or remorse, not bowing her head in shame, but rather holding it high. In fact, she seems to display her scarlet letter with a certain sense of pride, which shocks the townsfolk. Hawthorne describes Hester as a tall, beautiful woman with elegant features and dark hair. He further underlines her stark difference with the plain Puritan women by detailing her rich, extravagant attire, making her stand out in the crowd of modestly dressed townsfolk. This description mirrors the moral contrast between Hester and the society that condemns her. Hester is human, emotional, and flawed, while society is rigid, judgmental, and suppressive. Hester is led through the crowd to a scaffold, known as the scaffold of the pillory, a platform used for public humiliation, where she is to stand as a part of her punishment. She climbs the steps reluctantly, painfully aware of the eyes on her. Once on the platform, she clutches her child tightly and looks out at the crowd, her vivid scarlet letter catching everyone's attention. The chapter ends as Hester, with defiance in her eyes, faces her punishment, arousing in the reader a sense of sympathy for her despite her sinful act. This chapter presents three main themes of the novel: public guilt, private innocence, and the isolation of a person from a society that says he does not fully belong to. It also highlights the hypocritical nature of the Puritan society that tends to hide its misdoings rather than admitting and repenting them.